Hello, co-creators, and welcome to your channel message. I am nyemareina, your friendly neighborhood oracle, and as always, come on, y'all, we're gonna get started, okay? Because there is an energy, right? It's giving Pisces, okay? It's giving Pisces, right? I am also a Pisces rising, okay? Shout out to the Pisces. Pisces season jumped off this year, February 18th, 19th, depending upon where you were. Ashe. And we have a new moon in Pisces happening on February 27th. Now, we're going to touch a little bit on this energy a bit differently in your 7-day, your next 7-day forecast. I'm telling you, is potent, this energy. So we're going to talk about it there. So make sure you head back to your girl's page, YouTube, Insta, TikTok, whichever, and check out your next 7-day forecast. But because Pisces season has already started, because this new moon in Pisces is coming up on February 27th, Ashe, because it's the last Ashe new moon of the astrological new year, and the ushering in of that eclipse season, Ashe, right? Major changes, major endings, right? We talked about that a little bit also on the podcast episode 4. Check it out. But Spirit also gave to me in this amazing transformative energy that is Pisces. Finally, I got the pleasure of understanding what my gift is, right? And this becomes relevant because a lot of you are going to really start to discover what your gift is. Ashe, I'm speaking to the tarot readers and the light workers and the healers, Ashe, and everybody in between, right? But we all get this aha moment as readers, as light workers, as to what our real Ashe, I want to say mission is, right? Or what our mission is kind of tailored around, right? And Spirit gave me motivation and inspirational speaking because I am an activator, an energy activator. And the energy of Pisces is activated right now, co-creators. And it's going to continue until the end of this year. I mean, the end of, 2025, heavy in Piscean energy. And for others, at the end of this month. Now, again, we're talking about our new moon or our moon cycles, which really, we get our 2 or 3, 4 days before, 2 or 3, 4 days after, right? But because Pisces is carrying so much energy with it right now, Ashe, Spirit wanted me to talk about it, right? And I love this oracle, right? And this is going to be your message, right? That channeled message. And the message that was given in the Black Moon astrological cards. Susan Shepard, absolutely love, right? If you really want to get into astrology and you have, especially my air sign, shout out, and you have that mind, right, where you like to kind of gobble up information, Ashe, this is a really good oracle deck to get. I find myself sometimes reading from the oracles, but most of the time, we oracles. So we don't read the books. But when Spirit moves you to read it, it's because it's a message, right? And Spirit says, Naima, you are an activator. This is why we gave you the gift of gab. Right? So no, baby, for some of you, I'm gonna cut this. For some of you, the message is, if you have come across me, if you follow me, there are things being activated in your life. There are transformations, big transformations that are happening in your life. And Spirit sends you to me, Ashe, to help you activate that, to help plant a seed for that. So know that you are going in the right direction. Know that you are big, big energy. Know that big, big things are happening. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you are feeling like you are discovering a new you every day, baby, this is the confirmation. You're not crazy. You're not cuckoo. You are being activated. Believe. Pisces, I believe. I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. Come on now. I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. In faith, Spirit say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I have, and because this is what they was going to say, I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shadow living. Whoo! I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shadow living. Come on now. Who is for is for. Who is for, it's for. I'm telling you, if you hear, you do not fear going within. You do not fear healing. What you cannot tolerate is living in your shadow any longer. Ashe. In faith and trust, you must surrender to what is. Pisces, the double fish, is ruled by Neptune, god of waters, oceans, and seas. It is a mutable sign, its home being the 12th house of self-undoing. It is mysterious, but can indicate a life that needs clarifying as well as definition. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and symbolizes the old soul. One who has passed through many lives, has picked up much here and there, and experienced almost everything along the way, but sometimes doesn't process things well and tends to repeat mistakes. Pisceans have trouble maintaining boundaries, sometimes even feeling half a race. If you have ever observed a Pisces, you may notice they don't appear as intelligent as they really are. You could even call them gullible or vague until they start cranking out words of genius, and they can be so psychically tuned in, it'll knock your socks off. Pisces is a beautiful sign with much compassion, denoting true vision that link up with the collective. Those ruled by this sign know much, know it all deep down, but have trouble sorting matters out. They are able to sense deeply, except for certain things extremely bad for them, which turn into mishaps and disasters. But through it all, Pisces still survives. Dreamers, artists, composers, poets, mystics, victims, and prisoners all fall under the rulership of this water sign. There is little doubt that higher consciousness falls under the domain of Pisces. In a superficial way, it looks as if the world is their oyster with their talent, beauty, sensitivity, and connectiveness with the unknown. Pisces sees the best and is an idealist, but the flip side of this is cynicism, which can come in waves. So dreams will lead you now, but clear thinking is a must. You may be extra sensitive to beauty currently. Poetry may feel as though it courses through you. You feel connected to source. You like the idea of surrendering to what is. Compassion flows. Take advantage of inspiration and channel it into a creative project. Look at the dogs. They say, If you have a notion of a dream, swim to it. Capture the wave. A great idea from the past may reemerge, and you may want to return and finish it. And we talked about that, right? For you guys who are true to this, right? That 2020 energy coming back up for a lot of this collective and representing itself, right, in 2024, 2025, with you being more knowledgeable, with you being able, to surrender things, right? As opposed to what it was in the past, which I feel like for a lot of us was controlling, right? Or for a lot of this collective was controlling. I'm gonna put my hand up on that too, right? As again, this page is called the Soul's Journey, right, for a reason, right? Because we are journeying through this thing together, co-creators, right? Ashe, what the dog say, come on now, tell them what it is. I tell you, this energy is something else, right? But Spirit says this is why you need to know that this is what is going on, so that you can tap into it, so that you can come from a place of knowing, right? Because a lot of times things are happening in our lives and we feel overwhelmed because we simply don't know. But if we gather some tools, right? If we gather some knowledge, we become that magician, right? And we can move forward knowing that we have at 1717 everything that we need, right, to move forward. Okay. So now I gotta find a word. Okay. A great idea from the past may reemerge, and you may want to return and finish it. But you will want to tackle this idea soon when you are inspired, or the entire matter could disappear into the rushes of the deep. About your question, if any of you guys are asking a question, you may be confused by the reactions of others, or simply unable to get to the correct answer. Pisces can be a pristine sea or the muck of a swamp. So getting lost is a danger, right? So I'm hearing, for those of you who had questions, right, who may have came into this reading with a question, I'm hearing tread lightly. I'm hearing the early bird gets the worm, right? So again, if you move when, again, like Spirit says, if you move when you're inspired, right? If you move when you're first moved, right? Then you have that space to move a little bit slower and still obtain that goal. Ashe. Make sure you're not being pulled under by other people's complications. It's even possible you have someone in your life who saps you. Usually this is not intentional, but because of some delusional way of unthinking or viewing the world that clouds the issue. Don't fall into this same confusion. Make sure you are protected and have the proper boundaries, right? And again, giving me your mantra. I choose to feel the vibrations that I wish to attract. If you are saying this mantra constantly, co-creator, Ashe, if you are tapped into the energy of this mantra constantly, co-creator, Ashe, then you will start to feel the difference between your energy and the energy of those around you. Now you have the choice, right? And some of you, it's not a choice, it's just what you do. You feel that energy, you say your mantra, you feel that energy, you release, and you transmute it into that which you do need. This will also aid you in putting up those proper boundaries, because you will feel where they are needed. You may have physical symptoms, but find no reason for them. Be careful when this card comes up, especially in regards to medicine or drugs. Hello, your girl ain't a doctor. Because allergies and strange reactions to medications may develop. Now, this may be going on in your life, right? But your girl Nyema ain't a doctor. So don't be out here, you know what I say, saying, oh, no, Nyema said. Okay? Okay? So, when the Pisces card is involved, circumstances may be covert or at least obscured from view. And it's crazy, right? Because again, what they're talking about, circumstances may be covert or at least obscure from view, and you have that new moon in Pisces that is coming up, right? They're telling me to say the key words. Okay, this also corresponds with the Hangman card. For those of you who want to know that, right? The Hangman is associated with the Piscean energy. So Pisces card in brief: dreams, visions, surrender, paranoia, confusion, a sense of being erased or having fragile boundaries, sensitivity, compassion, serving others, linking up with the collective, wanting to merge, knowing all, but having trouble sorting it out, trouble getting on track, floating and feeling adrift, right? Self undoing, getting caught up in the wrong crowd, being caught in a snare, seeing enemies as friends or friends as enemies, sensing much except for really bad stuff, obvious to others, being gullible, lacking critical thought, joining the crowd when it's not a good idea, seeing the best in turning cynical, candles, perfumes, and intoxicating smells, oils, art, painting, music, and poetry, voice of the universal consciousness, the spirit world, speaking to the dead, being sucked in by odd religions or beliefs, interests in God or spirituality of all kinds, toxins, drugs, allergic responses. Key ideas: compassion, oneness, art, the unconscious, music, water, being the victim. I'm hearing being the victim, being the survivor. You are not a victim. You are not a survivor. You are a warrior. And you have been in this lifetime. And if you choose to believe in others, I feel that there is a softness coming to this collective. Right? You are the general that gets to retire, that gets to leave that behind. Spirit says you are the general that begins to understand that diplomacy is the best policy. You are the general that now advocates for peace. Spirit says, believe it. Namaste and Ashe, co-creator.